Hey, what's going on? Ryan here, setthepacetriathlon.com, and you're watching some tips on Ironman Tulsa for 2022, time of this recording. And there's been a lot of questions of what is going to be on the course as far as nutrition and hydration. I just want to do a real quick run through of how I find these for the courses. And being this is the beginning of May, and the race is, as you can see on the screen, May 2nd of 2022. We're pretty close in timeline. So usually this far out, we're pretty honed in on what they're going to be doing on the course, and whatever's listed on the website should be pretty accurate. I haven't heard of any fluctuations or changes as far as Ironman's partnerships with nutrition and hydration and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to make the assumption what's on there is going to be what's on the course, and we're going to dig through it and find out what is going to be on the course Ironman Tulsa for 2022 specifically. Changes year to year, so always check back on the course, but this should be how you get in there and check it out. And I've got comments up if you're seeing this live. If you're seeing it on replay, you can put questions in the comments. I can try to get back to you later. Always get notifications. It's always good to see if you got any questions later or anything. But if you come through later, put them in the comments. If you're live, I see the comments right now on one of my screens. So put them in there if you got questions. So pull up IronmanTulsa.com. And, well, not IronmanTulsa.com. I take that back. Ironman.com/IM-Tulsa. So you can't see that on the link here, but you look Ironman.com and you go through and you find the race Ironman Tulsa, or you can just Google Ironman Tulsa. Takes you straight to the website. So as you can see, circling around on here is the banner for the race. All this good information I've gone over. You can search this YouTube channel. You can go do online course where I put everything in kind of order of how you should be thinking about it. I've done nutrition, hydration strategies. I've done course recon on the bike, the swim, the run, all that kind of stuff. So got plenty of information on there, Ironman Tulsa, but you go to the website, go to the course, and this is where you can find all the course maps and all the good, fun stuff like that. But then you go down here to, so notice I'm on the main page. Let's go down to the courses, scroll down past the course map, frequently asked questions, FAQs. Hit that. Where can I find Racecourse Maps or the course cutoff times? What nutrition will be available on course? So this right here is the important key information. So this is where I find out personally if I'm interested in what's going to be on the course, if there's going to be anything different, weird, or if I think I'm going to need to bring something, I want my nutrition or hydration or something more so than what's on the course. This is what they're going to have. So this right here is it. So I think you can see that on the screen here pretty good. What nutrition will be available on course. So bike course aid stations will offer the following: Gatorade Endurance, Quantum Energy Squares. So it's kind of their energy bar, or what you want to call it, nutrition bar that's going to be on course that they partner with. Martin Gel 100 and Gel 100 caffeinated. So the gels, the sports gels, are going to be the Martin gels. It is not going to be, if you're doing Goo, if you're doing Cliff Shots, you're doing some other brand, Martin is going to be on the course. So if you haven't tried it, they're a little bit different. I know Martin does a little discount thing. I've gotten tons of emails on the races I've signed up. You can go try them out. If you think you're going to be out there and you might have to use them and you use gels, I've definitely tried them out just to make sure that they work for you, because you don't want to get there on race course and you squirt the shot down and you're like, ugh, and then it's, you're ejecting your calories on the course, you're finding porta potties on the bike course or something like that. You don't want to be there. So make sure that you're aware how you react to those nutrition supplements are going to be on the course. So they're going to have water. They're going to have fruit. So usually bananas, oranges, and then Red Bull, 1/8 station. So Red Bull is not going to be in a water bottle that you can readily put on your bike. So you're going to have to stop if you want Red Bull. If you want fruit, usually they'll hold out bananas. You can grab them. They'll hold out gels. You can grab them. Water will be in bottles, and I wish I had examples of the bottles and a Gatorade Endurance. The bottles will be big enough that they fit in standard bottle cages. So the cages you use for your water bottles, that we all have out there, the bottles that they have for Ironman should fit in those. So water bottles and the Gatorade bottles will be substantially bigger than just your normal water bottle size. Like I said, I wish I had prepared for and had examples of this, but I mean, you can go get the Gatorade sports bottles. It's the twist cap that comes up a little bit you can drink out of. So just be ready for that. Usually they'll break the seal on the water bottle, so they'll have a lid so you can already open it, so you don't have to mess with it on the bike. But it has a little snap lid for the water bottle, and it has a twist top for the Gatorade bottle. So a little bit of maneuvering to try to get drinks out of it and that type of thing. But The bottles will fit in your standard cages. Basically, how I start the bike is I have my drinks that I like. Usually it's a UCAN mixture or some other mixture like Gatorade Endurance and some other stuff. On my 2 water bottle holders on the rear of my seat, and then on the frame, I got one spot for just straight water, and I have the other spots just open. So the first aid station, I grab another water, and I'm making sure I'm downing that because that's my visual cue that if I've gotten all my water down, next aid station, I trash my bottle, and then I pick up a new something or other. And by usually even 40, 50 miles into it, I've already drained my stuff in the back. So I'm just cycling through that one open bottle cage. Otherwise, you're going to have to chuck your bottles at the aid stations. You ain't getting them back. So if you've got your favorite water bottle that's on your bike for the race and you don't want to lose it, then you're not going to have a spot for fresh bottles. Or you could stop at the aid stations and refill your water bottles there if you want to. If you want to make time to actually get off your bike and rest a little bit and change that out, you can't. But if you want to roll through, Gatorade bottles, water bottles, you can grab them and put them in your bottle cages on your bike frames. They fit standard bottle cages, like I said. The energy squares, the fruit, and the Red Bull usually. Red Bull, I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know if they have cans out there that you just grab as you run by. Usually on like the run, they have them in little Dixie cups or something like that, little plastic cups already taken out of the cans or whatever. So Red Bull, maybe a little bit. If you want to get that, you may have to stop and then grab that. It's only at one aid station, so just be aware of that. This is what is on the bike course. No more, no less. Some aid stations sometimes have a few other different things on there, so it just kind of depends. But that is the standard that should be on every bike aid station. Every run aid station, approximately every mile on the run course. So IRONMAN Tulsa, it's an out and back on the trails. Pretty much you're on a trail system, paved trail, and basically either side is where they put the aid station, so they're covering both sides. So the coming out and going in, traffic directions, north and south, they're covering you both in one aid station, so that's how they cover you at every mile. So it's kind of nice and convenient. So they're going to have Gatorade Endurance, Quantum Energy Squares, Martin Gels, water, banana, chicken broth after dark. So usually they don't fire it up until it starts getting dark out there. Pretzels, fruit, cola, and Red Bull. So this is the stuff that's going to be in cola. Usually they'll open them up and hopefully make it a little bit flat because the last thing you want is something super carbonated, especially late into the run when your stomach's probably not feeling the best. So usually it's pretty flat Coke, but this is what they'll have. And like I said, it's no more, it's no less. Sometimes, depending on the aid station and the aid station captains, and sometimes they're a little bit more in tune with maybe what athletes would want out there. I wouldn't count on anything more than this, but sometimes they bring some different things out that people like. I've seen some have like grapes and stuff like that. So nothing crazy out there, but chicken broth is usually a hit after dark if you're out there for that long. Really hits the spot. Gatorade Endurance, Quantum Energy Squares, Martin Gels, waters, bananas, chicken broth, pretzels, fruit, cola, and Red Bull. So that's what's out there. If you ever wondered if you're like, man, what are they going to have on the course? Do the water bottles fit on my bike cage? Yes, they do for Gatorade Endurance and for water. Red Bull, I can't remember off the top of my head. I've never grabbed Red Bull at bike aid station, so I don't know if they just have cans. We have to stop and get off and get it and situate it. But the rest, they'll hand out energy squares, they'll hand out gels, they'll hand out fruit. They'll have people through the bike aid stations. I've done videos of how to roll through an aid station and grab stuff. People hold that off so you can grab it as you're riding by, and you never have to stop your bike. So I would imagine with Red Bull, they'll have that situation set up so you can just grab it and keep rolling through if you need to. Or you can stop, fill up, go to the bathroom, take a minute, stretch out, do whatever you need to, and keep on riding. And then they've got special needs on both the bike and the run. So that's your bag to access whatever you need at that point. Remember, once you access it, you cannot get to it again. So if you're doing like multiple loops on the run course, you're not going to be able to access it. If you get it on the first time out, you're done. You cannot get it for later. Keep that in mind for the bike course too. Once you pass it, once you get it, if it's the 2 loops, then it's done. So you can't get it again. They chuck whatever you don't use, so you do not get the bags back at the end of the race. So don't put anything you can't live without. So your favorite pair of socks on the run course, decide not to use them, you better stuff them in a pocket, because if you put them back in that bag, it just goes in the trash and you'll never see it again. Or you can grab it if you have your people on a run course or something, and you can toss it to them so you can keep it for later. But don't put your keys in there, don't put wallet, don't put money, don't put anything valuable in there, because at the end of the day, the special needs bags, if they don't get used, they go in the trash. You don't get them back, they don't bring them back to transition, they don't put them in the other bags. Just keep that in mind. But you do have an opportunity to have something on the course that they may not offer here. So if you look through and you're like, I don't like Quantum Energy Squares, I like Kurtz bars, put them in your bag, put them in your special needs bag, put them in T1, T2 bag, so that way you can get through the entire race course with what you need. Because maybe you do Cliff bars, maybe you do, who knows, I'm drawing a blank on other opportunities out there, picky bars or something like that. So maybe that's the product you use, or maybe you don't like. Personally, I'm not a Martindale fan. I'm sorry, yes, I am Ironman University certified. I'm not an employee, so I don't have to say that I like them, even if I don't like them. I'm not a fan. Some people swear by them. They're great. Different things work for different people. So for me, I do the goo gels, and I've had plenty on my bike. I'm going to have plenty in my special needs, a couple extras, plenty in my transition bags and stuff in my pockets and that type of thing. So personally, I'm not planning on using any gels on the race course. The water, Gatorade Endurance, like I said, the bottles fill in bottle cages, so I plan on that. Red Bull, I've never done on the bike. Red Bull, I'll usually kind of tap into on the run course, late in the run course, because once you start getting into the sugars, you kind of need them the rest of the way to finish the race. But for the run, like I said, they've got all the stuff at the aid stations, usually with the drinks. They have them out in individual cups, so you can just grab them and go. Very rarely do they have the cans or the bottles or anything like that for you to grab. So it'll be all set out. The pretzels, the fruit, cola, some, and they put it on here. Chips, potato chips are a big thing. Ironman Florida last year in 2021. That kind of saved my bacon because I just needed something salty, something crunchy, some like kind of real food. And that kind of hit the spot and was able to get me through a tough spot when my stomach wasn't exactly playing along the best. So that's what they're going to have on the bike, or the run course and the bike course. Again, just go to the main website for the race, whatever you're doing. Go down to the course. Go down to frequently asked questions. Expand it. And this is what they will have on the course. So if you got any questions, I didn't see while we're doing it live. But if you got any questions, put them in the comments. If you're seeing it on Facebook, give it a like. If you're seeing it on YouTube later, give it a like, a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. Hit the notification button and get notifications of all the other videos I publish out there. Like I said, if you see it, give it a like. Either YouTube, Facebook. If you have any questions or think I should add something, put it in the comments. If you didn't like it, I guess, on YouTube, you can give me a thumbs down. But put it in there why you didn't like it. I like to make sure this stuff is educational and informative and helps you guys out, because I don't want to waste my time putting this out there if it really doesn't help anybody. So with that, I want to wrap it up. And I didn't see any questions, so we will talk to you next time. Good luck in training, and race day's coming up soon, so good luck, and I will see you at the finish line.